So my friends, this is a beginner-friendly tutorial in Photoshop showing you how you can adjust your workspace to be the exact workspace that you like. So while you're in Photoshop, one of the things that's super cool is that all of these panels are optional. You can get rid of them. So if you have an art desk that you only like to have brushes and layers on, that's totally up to you, and you can make Photoshop look exactly like you want it to. So if I were to take this layer panel, I can have it floating in the middle. I can go and sandwich it in between another set of panels. I can go and put it in between these two so that it's got its own column. So you can imagine that this drag and drop concept is super helpful if you want to clean the desk, quote unquote desk, in your Photoshop program. So I can take layers and again, move it over here, and I can close it out by hitting this little X button. And I can even have things back over here and have them collapse by hitting this little tiny arrow. So if I collapse that, it can turn all of my panels into just icons. So I can collapse this and I can collapse this. And now I'm really working with a clean desk because all of my panels over here actually collapsed, and I can just choose to pull them open, whenever I want. Okay. So this is almost like putting them in little drawers. And then if you want to uncollapse them, you just hit that arrow again and it will bring everything back out to the way it was. Okay. Now, another thing to note about your workspace is you can save it, and you can also load workspaces that are already, preset in Photoshop. So if you go to Window, go to the Workspace dropdown, and you'll notice that these are some preset workspaces. You can choose Essentials. You can go to Painting. You can go to Photography. So there's all these other preset workspaces. However, as you get more and more familiar with Photoshop, you're going to find that there's certain panels that you have to have open because you love them. And then there's also panels that you don't really need. For example, the channels, that is a panel that I definitely use for one move in Photoshop, and that's it. So I honestly ended up making an action for that movement that I like to use instead of having the channels open. So if I'm ever opening up a new Photoshop and it doesn't have my workspace saved, I'll definitely go in and start to pull out these panels that I don't like or I don't use very often, which is the case for the channels, and then I just close it out. Okay, and there you have it. Let's go show you how to change, to save the workspace that you just created. So if I go to Window, Workspace, all I have to do is, once everything is set to the way that I like it, including the toolbar, and by the way, there is a video showing you how to adjust the toolbar to be the way that you like the toolbar. But once you have everything set up, you can go to Workspace, New Workspace, and then you'll name it whatever you like, and you'll choose which things are going to be included in that workspace. So if you've changed your keyboard shortcuts, if you've changed your menus or your toolbar, you'll want to make sure to click those so that everything that you've changed is included on your workspace. I'm going to write in sample and hit save. So now if I go to Window, Workspace, I can load the sample one right here. So you'll see your saved workspaces in this top little section of the workspace dropdown. Okay. So if I want to go change it to this one, it'll go to that. And if I want to change it to the sample one we just did, we'll go to that. You can also just reset the workspace that you're on by going down to here and going to reset sample. And if I was on another one, it would just have a different name right here. Cool. Awesome. All right. I hope you make some really cool artwork in Photoshop, and I will see you on the next video.